My name is Ariel Wilderman, and I'm the president and founder of the Wilderman Fund for Maternal Mental Health. We are the first and only independent, grant-making 501c3 charity in our area focused solely on perinatal mood and anxiety disorders, which are commonly called postpartum depression.
We recognize that perinatal mood and anxiety disorders affects a lot of women, 1 in 7 per year, and that is of those who report this problem. The Wilderman Fund's 3 main goals are: 1, to find existing providers who may not be as aware or educated related to perinatal mood and anxiety disorders and increase their level of education and awareness through clinical trainings or even potentially setting up a perinatal mood and anxiety disorder center. 2, we would like to find existing centers that already are focused on the treatment of perinatal mood and anxiety disorders and aid in the financial costs related to treating these women. These costs are very expensive, and we want to make sure that all women have access to the best and latest care to treat their condition. And the third thing that we look to do is to advance the field of perinatal mood and anxiety disorders through clinical trials, advances in education and research.
This is the #1 complication of pregnancies. It's preventative. It needs to be talked about. If a woman is going to see their provider throughout their pregnancy, they're seeing a provider 29 times. That's on average. And if not once this conversation is had, again, complete missed opportunities just by way of not having the education or the tools there. So we're taking a look at, through the fund, how do we train providers? How do we give hospitals the opportunity to take care of their moms? How do we get midwives involved, nurses involved, psychotherapists involved, psychologists involved, community support systems involved? Really, it does take a village to raise a family, and the mom's voice needs to be at the center of this.
We collaborate with leading experts in the field of maternal mental health to provide education, support, and treatment resources to women in need.
We are a group of clinicians that are very interested in giving our services to the population of women that are suffering with postpartum and their families, their husbands, their children. And every clinician that is part of this is very dedicated to the cause of helping women that are suffering in silence, their husbands, as I say, their children, their families. And I think all the women that are involved in this and the men are very dedicated.
Our approach elevates the standard of care by helping hospitals and doctors to offer truly the best healthcare possible to women and families.
We're talking at a spectrum of mental health issues, again, that have been documented, well documented through the specialists in this field to say, here's what we're looking at. We know that this is what's happening. We know this is the #1 complication. We know it's 20 to 25% of moms who are pregnant. And when we take a look at a socioeconomic situation, 40%. When we take a look at vets who have PTSD, already mom has PTSD, it's 1 in 3. Folks who have been domestic violence situations, sexual abuse situations, adverse childhood experience situations. There is a whole identifiable population that if there is an established relationship with providers and providers are trained ahead of time, we will absolutely be able to reduce via screening tools like the Edinburgh and via treatment programs. And that is something that the Wilderman Fund is going to be able to do with the experts on their board, with what they've already known, what they're bringing to the table, and being able to put the ball ahead of where we are right now as a society.
You want change? Be the change. We welcome you in smashing the stigma, surpassing the status quo, from the moment of conception throughout life and for generations to come.